Hello. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Please give me a okay if you can hear me in the chat. Hello. I hope I do it right this time. Can you hear me, everyone? Can you see me? I'll put it in the chat. I hope it's working. I see that oh, good. Hi, Pillar. Hi. Hello. Okay, good. It's working today. How's everyone doing today? Hello. Hi, guys. Nice to see everyone in the chat. Hi, Flores. Thank you. You are wonderful too. I see a lot of familiar names. Lolly. Hello, Pillar. Noir. Tatiana. Amazing. Good. Hi, Jory. Hi, Vanya. Hello. I'm doing well. Yes, I'm good. And I got a new phone. So I'm happy about that. I am connected once again. Hi, Jose. Hi from Mexico. Hello again. Bernadicto. Hello. Good. I'm happy you can all hear me. I don't know why the music wasn't on before. I was listening to it, so I thought you were too, but I guess not. Sorry about that. But I'm glad the stream is working. Welcome to stream number 6 with me. My name is Julia. If you don't know me yet, welcome to this group chat. We're going to be learning together for an hour or just over an hour. And yes, I could show you my phone again. It's an iPhone 6, not very advanced, but that's what I had before, so it's all good. Better than no phone. All right, so I'm going to change our screens, and why don't you guys tell me, what did you do over the weekend? How was your weekend, and what did you get up to? What were some of your activities last weekend? I'm going to change to main display. Good. You like the Apple phone. Nice. Nice. Yeah, it works. It does well. Yeah. Good. So yes, I hope you all had a nice weekend. And let's see, some Flores, you were studying all weekend for a test. Oh, that's good. Very productive. Oh, you had a long weekend, Pillar. Amazing. Good rest. Noah, you had a boring weekend. Nothing important. That's okay. Jose, my cell phone is very good. Yeah, I can't complain. It's definitely a good cell phone. I just know there are many newer models, but that's okay with me. Peter in the countryside. Great. I love country. Hello, Mario. Welcome from Mexico City. Great. Lolly, you watched TV and learned English. Awesome. Amir, you finished exams. Congratulations. That's exciting. Mario, you played football, soccer. Good. Hi, Ronal. You met up with your friends. Awesome, Tatiana. That sounds like fun. Good. Good. I'm glad you had a nice weekend. I also had a nice weekend. I did a lot of tanning on the beach, some swimming. What else did I do? I think it's not very long ago. I did a little hike. Yeah, just a small hike, about an hour. Nothing too strenuous. Okay, good. Well, I hope you all had fun, and I'm glad, and we're going to start. So welcome to stream number 6. We have been working our way through present tense. We've talked a lot about present simple versus present continuous. Last week we discussed stative verbs, okay, versus dynamic verbs, and stative verbs not being used in the present continuous. We talked about some mixed verbs. And today we have come to our passive lesson in the present tense, okay? So we are going to be talking about the active versus the passive today. So stay tuned. Please ask me some questions in the chat if you have any. Feel free to participate, and we'll be doing lots of examples together as well. Good. Nice, Jose. Yeah, a big life challenge to become fluent in a second language. That's a very nice challenge, very rewarding, I'm sure. Good, good, good. Okay, so let's begin, shall we? As you can see, I have my Smrt document up here. Can everyone see it pretty well? The font is big. Oleg, yeah, it is a good topic. It's very useful for sure. Okay, so as you can see, our title here, present passive. And I'll give you an example sentence, okay? Our broken dishwasher is finally being fixed. This is an example of speaking in the passive voice, okay? Let me just see. Yes, good, Vladimir. Yeah, it's a present continuous passive sentence. And Noah, you wanted to ask me about ergative. Just 1 second. Let me get my mouse. Okay, good, good, good. So when we're talking about passive, we're going to answer your question in a moment, actually. So just stay with me for a second. No, I'm not using my cell phone for this live chat, no. Okay, so let's continue here. Try not to get too sidetracked. Passive use. Okay, so in order to get comfortable with the passive, it's important to know about some vocabulary, okay? So in grammar, teachers often refer to the person or thing that causes the action, that does the action. We call this the agent of the verb, okay? It's very important to be familiar with this, okay? The agent is the person or thing doing the action, okay? We might refer to it also as the doer of the action. Look at some examples here. The man is playing the guitar. So our verb is play. Who is the agent? The man, okay? Because the man is doing the action. Another example here, birds fly in the sky. Birds is the agent, okay? Because they are doing the flying, okay? The action. And one more example here. These shoes cost a lot of money. So our verb is cost. What is causing this verb? Those shoes, okay? So they are considered the agent of the sentence. Okay, so let me check in on the chat. Hi, Wafa Wafa and Chico. Don't worry about being late. It's okay. Okay, let's see. Good. No more questions. Okay. So in English we have two voices, right? We have got the active voice, we've got the passive voice, okay? I would say the active voice may be more common in everyday speaking, but passive voice is also very much something you will hear, okay? And it's very important to be aware of both. Okay, so basically we have to do a position change, okay? So if we are speaking in the active voice, we are starting the sentence with the agent, okay? So in subject position, the agent will be there, okay? And, you know, agent, verb, object, okay? If you want to create a passive sentence, you need to change the order. So basically, the object of the sentence, it gets a promotion. It moves up to the subject position, and the agent is taken out, okay, sometimes totally taken out, and we follow a form, which we will talk about. Okay, so it's very important, one other thing. In order to create a passive sentence, the verb in your active sentence must be transitive, okay? And a transitive verb, a transitive is another very important term to be familiar with. Transitive means that the verb transfers the action onto a direct object, okay? So either a subject or an object of that verb. If we don't have that, we can't form the passive, okay? Let's take a look. Noah says, I think we use the passive when the object is more important. Yes, that is definitely one of the reasons, okay? There are some different reasons, and we will talk about them. Lolly, transitive equals verb has object. That's exactly it. Yes. Mario, good. Yes. Welcome to the chat. Enjoy it. Yeah, get amongst it for sure. So let's take a look at our sentences. And like Noah said, the passive voice, it says here, okay, it is used when we change the focus of the sentence. Okay, so the agent, it goes away, the object comes in. And let's take a look at our differences. Okay, so we have active sentence. A substitute teacher is teaching my students. We've got present continuous active voice. Okay, that's good. Or you could change the focus to the students and you could say in the passive voice, my students are being taught by a substitute teacher. The agent turns into a prepositional phrase using by, okay? So I'm going to go to my document for a moment. Perfect. Okay. And I will share this document with you guys at the end. Don't worry. Yes, being is part of the form for present continuous passive. It is always there. Okay, so let's take a look. As you can see in our lecture notes, I have written the forms again. You will see them in Smrt as well. Yes, Vladimir, just give me a moment for sure. Okay, so we are still working with present simple and present continuous, right? So present simple active voice, you have your agent as the subject, okay? The doer of the action is in the subject position. And then you have your verb, okay? Your transitive verb in this case, and an object, okay? Look at the example. My mother makes turkey every Thanksgiving. Makes is an example of a transitive verb. If you remove turkey, it doesn't make sense. Like if you say it, my mother makes every Thanksgiving. Question mark. My mother makes what? You need to have an object with the verb makes, okay? It could also be the verb cooks, okay? And if it were the verb cooks, this is a verb that sometimes can be transitive, sometimes can be intransitive. If I say my mother cooks every Thanksgiving, it's good, it makes sense. But I could also say my mother cooks turkey every Thanksgiving, which is just giving more information, making the verb transitive, okay? All right, so that is the active voice. Let's take a look at the present simple passive voice. Okay, so we have to put our object in the subject position. If it's the simple tense, we have our be verb, whether it's am, is, or are, and our past participle. Okay, so ed or irregular. Look at the example in the passive voice. Turkey is the object, so let's move it to the beginning and follow our form. Turkey is made by my mother is optional every Thanksgiving. Okay? Hi, Douglas. Welcome. Okay, so, Amu, your example, my mother is working in the kitchen. There is no passive voice for this sentence because working is not including an object, right? So there is no passive. That would just be the active voice. If you add an object, then it could be passive. My mother is working on a puzzle in the kitchen. A puzzle is being worked on in the kitchen. Okay, so you do need the object. My car was stolen last weekend. Lolly, that's a good example of a past simple passive sentence. Yeah, but today let's focus on present, okay? In a few streams from now, we'll be talking about past passive, but today we're going to focus only on present simple, present continuous. Okay. Let me see. I think I missed something in the chat. Oh, it's the 6th of June today. Am I wrong on the date? Oh, it's June 4th. Okay. Okay, sorry. I got distracted. Present continuous active voice. So again, agent as subject. We have our be verb, we have our verb ing, and then object. For example, my roommate is making a cake for a birthday. Present continuous passive voice. We again put our object in the subject position. We need our be verb, whether it's am, is, are. Always being, that doesn't go away, so I will actually underline that. And again, a past participle, okay? So the passive voice would be, a cake is being made by my roommate, if I want, for a birthday. And let me tell you this again, just so everybody was clear. Jose, that's good, but again, it is the past, right? So let's try and think of examples in our present tense. Yeah. The sheets are not cleaned for the beds. That's a good sentence, Ronald. Yeah. Tatiana, in Ukraine, it's already tomorrow. Wow, you're living in the future. Okay, nice. Future people. My friend is sleeping in the room. Amu, again, there's no object there. So active is the only option there. Okay, so let me see. Let me go over this with you guys. In order to change an active sentence to a passive sentence, the verb must be transitive. Okay? And that's a very important term to know in English when you're learning English. Okay? So transitive, verbs that have subjects or objects that receive the action. Okay? Basically, just remember transitive, the verb transfers the action onto an object. Okay? Intransitive is the opposite. No object is necessary for the sentence to make sense. Okay? Let's give you an example. If I say to you, I filled, does not make any sense. I filled. So I filled does not make sense. We know then that fill is transitive. What can I say? I can say, I filled my cup. Good. I filled my bottle. Awesome. I filled my suitcase. Good. Okay, so the verb fill, it is transitive. You need an object there. As I said, some verbs, they're always transitive. Some verbs always intransitive. Some verbs can be both, depending on the context. So really, it's just a journey, and you will get better with that as you continue learning. Yes, good. Julia's lesson is followed by the students. Good, Lolly, but because it's in progress, you should use the continuous. Julia's lesson is being followed by the students. The class is being taken by us. That's really good. 2 good sentences. I filled my document. Exactly, MR. So you do need an object with the verb fill. So let's see, Batuhan. My friend is roasting coffee in the kitchen. Coffee is being roasted by my friend in the kitchen. Great. Those are 2 really good examples. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to go back to Smrt. And let's talk about like why and when do we use passive, okay? So there are some different reasons. One of them for sure is just changing the focus, taking the focus off of the doer, the agent, and putting the focus more onto the object, okay? So I like to think of it sometimes like a job promotion. When you move your way up, the object, it's getting promoted to the subject position of the sentence, okay? Okay, so other reasons. If the agent is unknown, this is a big one. If you don't know who did the action, it's very common to use the passive voice, okay? Because we don't know who did it. And let's get some examples going with that one. Oops, not there, here. Passive voice is being taught by Julia. Edgar, good job. Okay. So, we do want to be talking in the present simple or the present continuous. Okay. So, let's think of some examples of Artur, you said the house is being cleaned by my sister. Good sentence. Good. She is annoyed. Be careful, Ahmed. Annoyed there is an ED adjective. It's not the passive voice. Hey, Batuhan. Hello. Okay, so agent is unknown. Let's think of a few examples. For example, I could say my parking spot is taken every morning. Okay? My parking spot is taken every morning. I don't know who does it, okay? So it's better to use passive. And I'm not even using a by clause, okay? A by clause, meaning by and the agent, is not necessary, especially if you don't know who's doing it, okay? If I wanted to use the active voice, I would say this. I would say, what would I say? You guys tell me. How can I change this sentence to the active voice? You will need to add in an agent because we don't have an agent in the passive sentence. By who? It doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. So if we want to, good, we can add, but if we use my neighbor, perfect, Batuhan. Someone. I was looking for someone because we don't know, right? Someone, and then we use the present simple, takes my parking spot every morning. Awesome. Good. Okay, let's do another example. Can you give me an example of a agent is unknown passive sentence? Yeah, so with this, because we're talking about this agent is unknown, we do need to use like a pronoun because we don't know who did it, right? What's another example of agent is unknown? Amir, my car was stolen is a past sentence. We want to try and think of a present sentence. Live translation is being watched. That's a correct example, Oleg. Yeah. I don't know what you mean by live translation, but we could use that example because we could say, you know, Julia's live stream is being watched. Oops, woo, watched. Okay, because I mean, I know your names, but I don't technically know you guys. So that could be agent unknown, right? If I want to do the active voice, what could I say for the active voice? Julia's live stream is being watched, and I can even add right now. How can I make this the active voice? Julia's live stream is being watched right now. Active voice. We need to think of a good unknown agent. Good, I was thinking people. Yeah, people. We could even say a lot of people. I don't even know how many people are watching, but a lot of people are watching. And then the object. Good. Julia's live stream right now. Perfect. Good. Yeah, so we want to make something unknown, just people. Okay. 40, nice. Right on. Okay, let's continue. Back to my Smrt. Okay, so here's an example of an unknown agent. A sad example. My lunch is stolen every day. So you don't know who did it. Okay. Now the next thing is when the agent, it's not so important. Doesn't really matter. Okay. And in this case, we have an example here. The road is being repaired. Unimportant agent, meaning road repair people, you want to put your focus more on the road being repaired, not who is doing it. Okay. Did I do that wrong? Let me see. A lot of people are. Yes, it should be are. Okay. Yeah. People is not correct. Yeah, people are. Good. Let's come up with an example. Asian is not important. What can we think? Yeah, my hair is being cut. Good. And then what is the active voice of this? My hair is being cut. Active voice. My barber is cutting my hair. My barber or my hairdresser. Both options work. Barber for men, hairdresser for everyone. And then continuous is cutting. Oh, sorry, this is one word. My hair. Perfect. Good. Let's see some more of your examples. Good, good, good. Noir, noir. The city is being revitalized. That's a great sentence, but ed, revitalized, the past participle. Revitalized, a nice word to mean improved, revamped, lots of improvements happening. Good, good. The thief is being arrested. Good. This would be an example for agent is clear. I'll put that in there. Oops, the thief, i.e., is being arrested. Okay, and in brackets, I mean by the police. We don't need to say that because it's obvious, okay, who arrests people. Active voice, oops, spelling was bad today. Active voice of this sentence. What is the active voice? So when we're saying agent is not important, it's nothing to do with their worth, their self-worth at all. It's only to do with what you want to put more focus on, really, in your sentence. Yeah. So the active voice here, the police, because police is plural, are arresting, okay, the thief. Good. The police are arresting the thief. Okay. If you say the policeman or the policewoman, then the verb is. Good. Arrest is not a state verb. No, it's an action, arresting someone. Yeah. Okay, so let me go back and just, show you the other examples. Yes, the thief was arrested. They're giving us an example of a past passive. It's okay. It's a clear agent. We know who did it. Here's another example. Paint can be bought at the hardware store. Okay, so this is just about, speaking generally, all people in general. Not just one specific agent, but generally speaking. And then we'll get some more examples here. People in general. What are some more general actions that happen? Some more general actions that happen. I'll give you a first example. Maybe ice cream is enjoyed all over the world. Ice cream is enjoyed all over the world. Now, what is the active voice of this sentence? Ice cream is enjoyed all over the world. The fire is being put out. That's good. That would be an example of agent is clear. So let's put that one. Oops, let's add that because I like that. The fire is being put out. Good. Put out is a phrasal verb with the same meaning of extinguished. Okay, I'll even add that in there. Extinguished. Put out, extinguished, synonyms. And back to our active voice. Batuhan, the people are enjoying to eat ice cream. So people are enjoying ice cream all over the world. Yeah, close, but if you look here, it's not a continuous sentence, right? Because it's a general statement. Okay, so we should use the active present simple. And when we speak generally, there is no article, no the, okay? Just people. If you can make the noun plural when you are generally speaking, you should add an S. For example, cats like mice. But if it's not countable, the noun like people, no S, but no article. People enjoy, present simple, object, ice cream. If you have a prepositional phrase like this, it should stay where it was before, okay? You don't need to move it around. All over the world. Perfect. Hello, Giovanni from Brazil. Woo. Yes, people all over the world enjoy ice cream. Pillar. Yeah, I just said you don't need to change the prepositional phrase, but it's totally fine to say that. It's also a good sentence. People all over the world. Okay? Your prepositional phrase just needs to be in a spot where it makes sense in the sentence. Enjoy ice cream. Perfect. Okay. People in general enjoy ice cream all over the world. Shermina, yes, that's good. You can say people in general. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. Good, good, good. So let's just go back a little and make sure we're staying organized here. Okay, when to use passive examples. So we've talked about agent is unknown. Okay. So if you don't know who's doing the action, Maybe you want to speak in the passive voice, okay? We talked about agent is not so important. Not about the worth, just the fact that you don't need to put extra focus on the agent. You can put extra focus on the object, okay? My hair is being cut. My barber is cutting my hair. Maybe we could say my house is being renovated. Okay, another example for you. My house is being renovated. I want to focus on my house more than I want to focus on the renovation company that I hired. Okay, so I could also say, if I wanted to, active voice, a renovation company is renovating, present continuous, my house. Okay. And Mansoor has a question. What is the difference in the meaning between he is arrested and he has been arrested? No big difference, okay? In the second sentence, you're using the present perfect simple, present perfect passive simple, and the first one, you're just using arrested as an adjective, okay? So no big difference in the meaning there. Yeah. Thank you, Tatiana. Yeah. Okay, so a next example when the agent is very clear and there's no need to kind of make sure everyone knows because it's kind of obvious maybe. Maybe we can even add that word, obvious. The thief is being arrested, okay, obvious. The fire is being put out, that's obvious. What's the active voice of the fire is being put out? The fire is being put out. Yes, yes, Batuhan, there is a big difference. We are not going to get into that yet. In future streams we will, but there is certainly a difference, yes. Yeah. Badar, big example there. News is deemed worthy to cover or not by established powers. Very deep sentence, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I agree. Mm-hmm. People put out the fire. Someone put out the fire. Well, there's a more specific agent. Yeah, there we go. Tatiana, yeah. Firemen are putting out the fire. Perfect. Firemen. Firefighters is a more common term because we do have women firefighters. Okay. Firefighters are putting out the fire. Good. So, Flores, you want to use the present continuous. Firemen are extinguishing the fire. Mm-hmm. And Batuhan, the is not necessary because you're not being specific of one fireman. Okay? A lot of firefighters are putting out the fire. The live stream has, this would be an example to use the present perfect. The live stream has been put off or postponed, okay? Which is a good, it's a present perfect passive. All of the tenses have a passive voice, okay? We're just going to be talking about present simple, present continuous right now. You don't want to get overwhelmed with too many. Okay, Batuhan, if you know the fireman who is trying to put out the fire, then very good, very good. Yeah. The man with the fire extinguisher is putting out the fire. Good, good, Vladimir. Okay, so we've talked about agent is people in general, okay, not being specific about a person. Ice cream is enjoyed all over the world. People enjoy ice cream all over the world. people all over the world enjoy ice cream. There is a slight difference where you put the prepositional phrase. If you say people enjoy ice cream all over the world, it can mean that everywhere you go, everywhere you travel to, you enjoy ice cream. Whereas if you put all over the world closer to people, it's more connected to that, and that means people in all different countries enjoy ice cream in their country. Yeah. So where you put the prepositional phrase, it will modify the closest noun to it, right? Okay, let's see. There is one more reason to use passive, and that would be if the agent wants to remain anonymous, okay, a secret. So let's give you an example here. We have, okay, let's say Tim rejected your application. Okay? This is an active voice, right? This is active voice. Tim rejected. Oh, but it's past. I didn't want to use past. We'll use continuous because it's possible. Tim is rejecting your application. Okay. This could be for a future present continuous, meaning Tim is rejecting your application. This is what he has decided to do. But maybe you don't want to say Tim is the one doing this, because maybe you would like to be less confrontational, right? So you could use the passive, which I will follow here. Your application is being rejected. Flores, good job. We might have then, I'm sorry, right? This sentence is much less direct than this sentence, right? Your application, good, I see a lot. Bro, your application was rejected. Yeah. So I mean, there are some cases where you might not want to say exactly who did something. Maybe another example, if you have a people over at your house and at your parents' house, and accidentally your best friend broke your mother's favorite coffee mug, right? So when your mom comes home and she's upset, you might not want to tell her exactly who did that, because you don't want to get your best friend in trouble, right? Just a silly example. We could say, Mom, I'm so sorry. Your favorite mug, again, this is past, I'm sorry, but it's okay, was broken. What is the active voice? This would be, again, Mom, I'm sorry, oops. My best friend broke your favorite mug. Your favorite mug was broken. Yeah. So this is just a silly example of keeping the agent anonymous. If you want to do that, you need to use passive voice, because then you don't need to say who did it, okay? All right, so let me go back to Smrt. And a quick review on the form, okay? So we've talked about the form. Good, Tatiana. Yes, we know that past participles can be adjectives. That's really awesome. Yeah, your mug is broken. Another way to say the same meaning. Okay, so when it comes to passive, each different tense has a different form, right? So present simple passive. You have to remember to use your auxiliary be verb, okay? And the auxiliary be verb, you need to decide on the subject and agree with the subject, okay? For example, here, Many people love Jack. So this would be an example of people in general, active sentence. Many people love Jack. If we make this passive, Jack, we need our is verb, loved by many people. As you can see, it's in brackets because including the agent with the passive, it's optional. You don't have to. You can if you want to. But the reason to use passive is often because the agent doesn't really matter, right? Okay, good. Another example. They don't need money to get into the club. Money isn't needed to get into the club. So don't forget that, of course, it could be negative. Let's see. Okay, so this is an obvious example. Companies make pasta in Italy. Pasta is made in Italy, obviously by companies. Okay. And we can also have question form. Okay, we haven't talked about that yet, but definitely we can have question form. Do people read the newspaper very often? Question form, we need to put our be verb before the subject. Is the newspaper read very often? Notice how it's the same word but different pronunciation. Read, base verb, past participle, read. Do people read the newspaper? Is the newspaper read? Just like the color red. You hug me every day. I am hugged by you every day. The police protect us. This is obvious, agent. We are protected by the police. So, as you continue your journey with learning English, you will sort of start to kind of know when a sentence sounds better active or if it sounds good passive, because not all sentences sound natural and good in the passive voice. For example, this one, you hug me every day, in my opinion, is much better than saying I am hugged by you every day. Okay, so it really depends. Okay, so yeah, good, Tatiana. Apple phones are made in America. Lolly is loved. See, Batuhan, he says everyone loves you. Aw. Okay. And just another review here. We've got present continuous with a different form. You have your be verb as well. Being is there. Okay, doesn't go away. This is what makes it continuous. And past participle. A couple more examples. He is using the stove right now, in the moment. The stove is being used. Okay. She is making dinner for us. Dinner is being made for us. Are they signing a lease? Is a lease being signed? They aren't talking about you. You aren't being talked about. Okay. I am watching the children. The children are being watched. They aren't painting the living room. The living room isn't being painted. Okay. So, let me see. As you can see, we've come to our exercise and we still have 10 minutes. So I do want to try a few exercises with you. Let me see. Noir, Toronto is attracted by lots of people. I think you want to say no, you would need to say a lot of people are attracted to Toronto. Okay. It is not a passive sentence now. But that's okay. A lot of people are attracted to Toronto. It's an adjective, right? Toronto is an attractive city for lots of people. Okay, so I'm going to open my exercise. Yeah. And it's not, Batuhan, unfortunately, that's not the formula for all passive sentences. Unfortunately, no. There are variations to the forms. Today we've learned two. Be past participle is present simple passive. Be being past participle is present continuous passive. So if you can get comfortable with these two, that's a really good that's a good day. You want to, don't overwhelm yourself. Step by step. Mansoor, you're sleepy. Oh, well, if you're really sleepy, you can watch later as well. But don't go if you don't want to. Okay, guys, number 4. Let's take a look. Complete the sentences with the verbs in parentheses, brackets, I like to call them, brackets, in either the present simple or continuous, so you have to think about context, and also either active or passive. So you have to look at what is in the subject position. Okay. First one is done as an example. All right, so let's see here. The washer is being used right now. Right now, we know are signal words for the continuous tense, describing what's happening in the moment, right? So that's why, and also the washer is receiving the action, not doing the action. Okay, let's look at B. Okay, so everyone can see the example and try, if you want to answer, and we'll go over it together. So we have these days a new apartment on the waterfront. What do you guys think? Oh, Batuhan, you're so fast. Does everyone agree? Does everyone agree? Ah, yes. Good, good, good. Perfect. You guys are good. Yes, yes, yes. So we know we look at the subject position. An apartment is receiving the action, and it's ongoing, so progressive tense. Good. Okay, we're going to go to the next one. I'll let you guys take a moment, read that sentence. Tell me what you think in the chat. Oh, thank you, Batuhan. That's awesome. I am very glad that's the case. Okay, is being worked out. No, being worked out. Okay, okay. I think you guys all need to ask yourself about the subject position. Oh, Mansoor, good job. You're tired, but you're on it. Right on. Works out. Active, present simple. Active because nobody are doing the action. I mean, nobody is doing the action, but it is an active sentence. Yeah. Yes, nobody is a negative. So you don't use doesn't. That's right. Ali has a quick question here. Hello, please talk about the word had and how we can use it in a sentence. Well, had, if it, just a very quick answer to your question, had has two different, it can be an auxiliary verb, which would be the past perfect tense. But if it's your main verb, the past simple tense of have, we would use it as a main verb, had, in the past simple. For example, I had a shower this morning. I had a salad for lunch today. She had a bad day, or she had a great day. Okay? She had a headache yesterday. Something like that. Hopefully that answers your question quickly. Okay, good, good, good. Nobody works out in the weight room at night. We're speaking about routine, habit, present simple. Here you go. Here's the next one. What do you think about it? Floors, nobody is working out in the weight room. You would need to say right now or at the moment, but not speaking generally. Then it needs to be present simple. Don't worry, Lolly. That's all part of the process. You have to make mistakes to learn. It's all good. It's all good. At the moment, a nice 2-bedroom apartment is, let me see if I see the answer. Tatiana, nice one, is being advertised. Yes, is being advertised. Good, good, good. So you have to, again, look at the subject position. Ask yourself, is it receiving the action? Is it doing the action? In this case, receiving, therefore passive, and it's at the moment, therefore continuous. Good. Moving down. Question form. Don't forget inversion, everyone. Peter, whether or either or. Usually whether or not is about a condition, like I'm going to the park whether or not it's raining. I'm going to the park whether it's raining or not, okay? Whereas either or is about variety, options, okay? We can either go to the movies or we can go to the park. Something like that. Okay. Gina, at the moment they are signal words for the continuous tense. So yes, for being PP. Yeah. They are signal words for the continuous at the moment. We are studying English at the moment. English is being studied at the moment. Okay, let's see. Good. It's okay, Gina. It's all good. Is the elevator being fixed? Batuhan, awesome. And many others, awesome. Ooh, fizzed, fixed. And here is our signal word for the continuous tense, now. Good. Elevator is receiving the action, not doing it. Good, Oleg. A nice 2-bedroom apartment is, because 2-bedroom is just describing the apartment, but it's one apartment. You could say 3-bedroom apartment, 1-bedroom apartment, 3-bedroom apartment is the verb. Let's move on. F. I'll give you guys a moment. No worries. Batuhan, is the apartment being cleaned? Oh, think about the context here. Every week. Every week. Awesome, awesome. Every week is about routine. Okay, so it's a present simple sentence. Is the apartment, and that's receiving the action, so passive, cleaned every week. Good. What would be the active question here? Can anyone tell me the active voice question here? The active voice question? I'll write it below. What's the active voice question? Is the apartment cleaned every week? That's a really good passive sentence. What could we, I see Gina, does the apartment clean every week? Well, it can't clean itself, unfortunately. I wish it could. So we do need to add an agent. And instead of does, we would use do. Do you do the cleaners? Do, I mean, it could be does if we change the subject, but in this case, do you clean the apartment every week? Okay. Or I should take this out because this would be does. My mistake. Do you clean the apartment every week? Of course, it could be does. Does the cleaner clean the apartment every week? Does the company clean the apartment every week? Good. Who cleans the apartment? Vladimir, that's a good subject question. Good. Awesome. I just wanted to make sure everyone would remember to add do for a present simple question, or does, depending on the subject. Next, we'll do a few more. Good job, Pillar. Yeah, here's another one for you guys. Batuhan, people don't go. Oh, Tom, hello from Laos. Amazing. Welcome. You're catching the end, but that's okay. You can watch it after. Do not go. Don't go. Awesome. Long form, do not go. We do need to use the active voice because people is the agent. People are the agent. Yeah. Good. And we're talking, habit. So it's a present simple sentence. Okay, so we're going to do one more together, and then I'm going to leave you at that. Here we are with the next one. Good job, Ahmed. So Amr, good. Someone sits on the balcony. You need to make it more of a habit if you're going to use the present simple. Someone sits on the balcony every day at 5 p.m. or something like that. Someone sits on the balcony every afternoon, something like that. Is sitting is the correct answer. Good job, everyone. Yes. Someone is sitting on the balcony. You're describing the present moment. Continuous. Okay, one more because Flores asked for it. Last one, everyone. Enjoy. I. What do you think about I? Good job, Rabbi. Yeah, is sitting. I, the baby, by the silly show on TV right now. Good. Awesome. Well, we ended that with a really good question. Many of you are getting that one. Amazing. Entertained. So remember, the object can also be a person receiving the action. It's not always just a thing. The baby is being entertained by the silly show on TV right now. Yeah. Yes. Jamal, what was your question? I'm sorry, I missed it. Let me go up, or you can ask again. Oh, here it is, Jamal, my bad. What is the difference between little and a little, few and a few? Really no big difference here. You could say I have little time, or I have a little time. It doesn't change. I have a few dollars, okay? I have few, usually we would say a few, right? I have a few dollars, I have a few extra tickets, I have a few extra minutes. Yeah, so if you're using a noun with a few, you do need the article, but you can use few. Let me just get an example for you. Sorry, I don't know a good example off the top of my head. Let me just see quickly. Okay, so yeah, a few if the noun is countable, and a little for non-countable. Okay, so I have coffee with a little milk, or she likes a few songs by Frank Sinatra. Okay, so it's about the nouns being countable or uncountable. Hopefully that helps. Okay, and let me go back down. Off the top of my head, it's an idiom, and it's when you are asked a question and you can't think of a good example in that very moment. Okay, so yeah, good. And sorry, let me go through a little bit. You're welcome for lecturing. Thanks for coming. Thank you, Floors. Oh, thanks, Mansoor. Yeah. Never again, it won't happen again. Both are correct. I mean, never again is more informal because it's sort of short form. It won't happen again. You can't say it won't happen never again. You have to say it won't happen ever again. Okay, with a negative won't, the ever. Okay, not never. If you use positive will, you can use never. It will never happen again. Good. Yep. Lolly, no way. Thank you, Varun. Being is simply part of the passive form, okay? For present continuous passive, it's part of the form, it's fixed, it's in there. Thank you, Jamal. Yeah, I try my best to answer your questions. Sometimes I can't answer as well as maybe some of you can, you know, it happens. I try my best, though. Oh, don't worry, Mansoor, she's joking. On the tip of my tongue is another idiom. That's good, and it's when you can't think of something exactly. It's very similar to off the top of your head, okay? But not exactly the same. And yes, Tatiana, I will share the document for sure. Yeah, Mario, come back next Tuesday, 3 to 4. I'll be here. Bye, Pillar. Thank you. Yeah, Batuan, that's true. Yeah, if I say I have a little extra money, yeah. But if I say I have little money, yeah, it's a negative meaning. You're right about that. That's good. Yeah. Good. It's funny, this whole online chatting, because sometimes the context of comments, you never know exactly what people mean, but I'm trying. So yes, I'll be here next Tuesday, 3 to 4. We're going to go into the past tense, the next stream. So feel free to come join. And yeah, I'm going to share the document into the chat. So I'll say my goodbyes now. I hope you enjoyed it and have a great day. And yeah, see you next week. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.